the biggest party of the year.
You go once and basically you're hooked.
Getting bigger every year.
When you see all those kids and they're having a great time, that's what it's all about.
With food and joys and so much more, hope.
It was the first day that I didn't feel like the poor homeless girl who shouldn't have had children.
They wanted to give their kids a holiday lesson.
Everybody wanted to give these kids gifts, and we had to show them that it really wasn't about them.
Now they're showing a whole city the true meaning of the season.
It's Christmas in the city all year long.
A party with a purpose.
And they begin to clap and cheer and to begin to say, "You're so great. We're so happy you came."
Christmas in the City, next on Chronicle.
For 25 years, this was Jenny Shame's view of Christmas in the city, performing in the Pops holiday concerts on the stage of Symphony Hall. Then one day, a back injury led her to Jake Kennedy, a physical therapist in downtown Crossing.
I walked in and first sign I saw was "Welcome to Kennedy Brothers, home of Christmas in the City." And of course I had to ask what Christmas in the City was, and it was explained to me, and I knew right away that I'd come to the right place for a lot of reasons.
Jenny quickly learned that Christmas in the City is not only about concerts, animated store windows, and festive lights. Christmas in the City is an organization Jake and Sparky Kennedy founded in 1989. It brings hope and happiness into the lives of children without a place to call home.
It's impossible if you have a heart to not become involved.
Involved in an event that for one wonderful Sunday in December turns the Bayside Expo Center into a winter wonderland. It all began because Jake and Sparky wanted their children to learn that Christmas was about more than just stuff.
We try to limit the presents, but presents keep coming in from the grandmothers and the aunts.
Everybody wanted to give these kids gifts, and we had to show them that it really wasn't about them. So we started with a jar of pennies at Kennedy Brothers, and it just quickly got filled up, and we ended up with about $700.
And so my wife called, and we found in every Boston family shelter we could find,
and decided to have a party for 165 kids.
And we thought it would be a nice touch if we got the kid a gift from their wish list. So something where they could really believe in Santa and the magic. We had a great meal, we had some entertainment, we had it at City Hall in the lobby.
Each year it got bigger and bigger when we'd look each other and say, wow.
Today, 2,500 children attend the Christmas in the City party. And Jake and Sparky have amassed an army of volunteers who work tirelessly year-round to make the magic happen. You're an all-volunteer organization as opposed to other organizations that have a professional staff.
If money went anywhere else, it would be taking it away from a homeless family.
A bona fide no-frills charity. No paid staff, not even formal stationery.
I forget how old my daughter was when my daughter made this logo, so even though people more into marketing and advertising many years have asked us to change it in a nice way, but I'd rather hang on to this.
And why not, when it seems like anyone who walks through the door at Kennedy Brothers ends up helping, even the UPS man.
When you see all those kids and they're having a great time, that's what it's all about.
And there are people like Annie Williams, once homeless herself.
It's like a feeling that they leave embedded in your heart for a lifetime.
We have a lot of families that we met when they were homeless who now come back every year to help us. It gives us someone on the inside who knows what the struggles truly are so that we can, learn how to help these people a little bit better.
Command Central stretches from Kennedy Brothers in Boston to this house in Hingham, where Nancy McDonald is working on her 10th party.
You go once and basically you're hooked.
Nancy got hooked after, of course, a running injury landed her at Kennedy Brothers.
And there was skewed on a piece of paper on the wall, handwritten, if you want to adopt a child, see Jake. And I thought that I was going to go and buy a gift for a child. On the table next to me, when I had my bad shins, was my husband, now husband, being trained by Jake. 2 years later, we got married at the Old North Church. And then 2 years later, I got a new career and found out that I was expecting 3 kids at the same time.
Today, triplets and all, Nancy organizes the volunteers, while Sparky lines up the shelters, some 50 in all.
Now last year you had about 81 kids, 40 families.
There's over 1,000 volunteers that volunteer the weekend of the party. 500 of them are volunteer the day of the event.
The children all fax me their sheets, and on the sheets have their first, second, third choices on their wish list.
Each child receives a gift from their wish list and the occasional bargain bonus.
And there they were just putting them on sale.
There was a huge rack, and on it said 10 cents above. And we said to the guy, those are on sale for 10 cents each? And he said, yes, just for today. And we said, we'll take the whole rack.
For $8, we got 80 shoes.
Also on the shopping list, books. Sparky teams up with Terry Mullaney for an annual pilgrimage to the New England Mobile Book Fair in Newton.
So every kid gets a book in their bag, according to their age.
They usually have 5 or 6 carriages, maybe more.
We're going to walk out of here with 2,500 books, age appropriate.
Rounding out the core of key volunteers is Sean Geary, an attorney who runs his part of Christmas in the City out of the back of his Subaru. On his list of logistical challenges is mapping out the party.
The nurse's station, the toy room, the winter wonderland.
To keep track of who's who, color-coded t-shirts.
This year we're actually going up to 7 colors. We use those to identify the different volunteers and the different jobs they have.
Geary's big job is cash flow.
Nancy McDonald deals with all the money that comes in for donations and contributions. I deal with all the money that goes back out for expenses, both for the party and sort of general stuff we do during the year.
Even after 16 years, the thought of hiring help is simply unthinkable.
No way. None of us would do it. Because we're all so committed to the cause and to each other.
A lot of our contributors, although it's more work for us at times, just love the idea that we don't have a real overhead, we don't have a real staff.
Jake and Sparky, they literally are 2 people that cannot hear and cannot say no.
But you sort of learn to know that almost anything is possible if your heart is really in it.
Christmas in the City holds 2 fundraisers a year, an auction in the fall and a night at the Boston Pops in the spring. Jake likes the Pops because he doesn't have to worry about the entertainment. Everybody can just sit back and enjoy themselves. Of course, donations of any kind are always welcome, and there's always room for more volunteers. Still ahead, the face of homelessness in the hub.
Coming up later, looking for the last-minute gifts. Coming up next, the guests of honor.
The average homeless person here in Massachusetts is an 8-year-old.
Up next, making out a wish list.